Hello, hello, hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Monday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side business. Welcome, Moonlee. Welcome. Good to see you. How are you? So I have, hey, by the way, I started right on time, which is pretty amazing. That is pretty amazing. Jerry, how are you? Welcome. Jenny, how are you? Welcome. Hopefully a decent hour. Not too bad. Still light out. Sorry, guys. Should have probably closed the windows. We got this neighbor. Anyway, that's a whole other live. Salam. You guys are gonna really like this story. It's a good story, not a farmer story. I also have a lot of teacher stories, right? Jenny, I think I have teacher stories too. I don't know. I feel like I have teacher stories or Buddha stories. Anyway, it's a good story. I love this story because there's a lot of juice in this story, if you would. Short but to the point. So the story goes. Now, before I get to the story, hold on. Man, excuse me. Before I get to the story, you guys know I'm very big on you setting the foundation and finding what your MVPs are. Your MVPs are your morals, your values, your principles. These are the foundations, the tripod, if you would, that I believe that if you have the right foundation, that it's unshakable, then, you're going to do the right thing most of the time, right? And so this story is based on, hey, you got to check your MVPs, right? So the story goes, 4 college students, I used to be one of those about a million years ago, 4 college students, instead of cramming the night before, because they hadn't studied at all, instead of cramming the night before, before a big test the next day, they come up with a plan to get away from taking the test. So they come up with this brilliant idea that the night before they all roll around in dirt and all mud and everything. And the next day when they go to the class, they tell the teacher, hey, listen, we had a flat tire last night, and yeah, college years, yeah. We had a flat tire, and so we had to push the car all the way to the campus, and it was late at night, and and the teacher, heard them out and said, okay, you can take the test. He offers a retest in 3 days. And the 4 college students say, okay, no problem. So they decide to take the retest in 3 days. They come back, and the teacher puts them in 4 different rooms, each of them in 4 different rooms, and hands them the test. And the test contains 2 questions. First question is your name, and that is worth 1 point. And the second question, Brad, what's up? Yo, money. The second question is, which tire was flat? And it's worth 99 points. I love that story. So the point of the moral of the story is that lying and deceiving others is probably not the best foundation for your MVPs. It probably doesn't turn out to pay too well at the end. I love how the teacher is so wise and brilliant with this. Doesn't argue, right? Doesn't argue with all the kids, the 4 kids, and knows exactly what's going on, and literally has themselves admit to their, I guess, lie, right? which tire was flat. Now, if they had all planned it, that was a whole different story. But the moral of the story is, being deceitful. It's like this. It's like I watch a lot of I watch a lot of crime shows. If I watch TV, it's usually like I like murder stories. It's a whole different life. I probably shouldn't bring that up, but when I watch these stories, when they bring a couple of people or two, three people into a room and they want to question the heck out of them, right? They want to question the heck out of them. They don't put them all in the same room. Glow, glow. Yeah. They don't put them all in the same room. They put them in different rooms. And in fact, they tell them, hey, listen, the other guy told on you, right? So what happens is that you got to keep your, and the thing is this, I think I may have done a live on this before. I don't remember. But it's kind of hard because I have lied before, right? It's not like I'm a saint. I have lied before, and it's kind of hard to keep track. Like sometimes you don't know how far you went with the lie to the person or the people, and then you forget, right? And it just becomes a mess. So it's the same thing, when you're being deceitful and you're not being honest and truthful, most of the time it doesn't come out so good. It doesn't come out as a positive. So setting your MVPs, and here's another thing. I want to give you this. There was perhaps a leader in this group, right? Out of the four, perhaps one person rose up and said, hey, listen, guys, we could do this and we could get away with it, right? And the three went with it. Here's another takeaway, and I'll drop the mic with this. You don't have to agree when it doesn't go with your MVPs. I truthfully, if I were in that crowd, I would not go along. I'm telling you, I know myself. I would not go along. There's just no way I would go along with that. Right? So you don't have to, and you heard me this before. If you're new to my lives, welcome. But if you're a vet, you've heard me this before. The only thing that goes with the flow is the dead fish and all the junk. Nothing alive goes with the flow. Right? Anything that goes with the flow is usually garbage. The can of beer that's just floating on the water, or the dead fish. So if you see something or you hear something, or you're in the presence of, I don't know, somewhere, and something is against your MVPs, your morals, your values, your principles, something doesn't click, you get up and leave, or you voice your opinion. There was another situation where a friend had his roommate, right? My friend's roommate was working at two companies at the same time from home, and not one company knew about the other company, and he was doing really well, right? 100K plus in each company. Okay. My boy came to me and said, hey, I want to do the same thing. And it took me days, but I talked him out of it. I said, why? No. No. So it's absolutely okay if something is against your MVPs. And that's why I'm so careful with picking and choosing my MVPs, right? And you have to be very picky in particular too, because you want to stick to them. So, and it's hard sometimes. It's hard to stick to them. I'm telling you, sometimes it's real tempting not to. Jacqueline, how are you? Welcome. Hopefully you circle back, watch the replay, because I'm about to wrap this up. So, yeah, it's tough. Sometimes it's real tough to stick to them, but you gotta just have a solid foundation with that. So hopefully with that, you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value from this. I know I haven't done a skit for, feels like ever. I haven't really felt like doing a skit. That's kind of weird because I always say, what does that have anything to do with it? Well, with the skits, it does a little bit. But I'll do one tonight. I'm planning on doing, we'll see. That sounds motivation for you, right? I'm planning on, I'll probably do one tonight. And it's awesome. This view is like ridiculous right now. What time is it? 7:30. I'm about an hour, maybe an hour and a half late with the coyotes. But you will see bats. I'm not even kidding. You'll see bats in about 20 minutes. Like there's like 4 bats that fly, like right here. Like literally, I feel like if the window was open, they'll just come right in. Jacqueline, how are you? I've been relaxing for a few days. That's enough. So with that, hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value from this. I appreciate you guys. One takeaway from this live, dropping down in the comments below. Let this feed grow. And if you feel like this is worthy of sharing, do what you got to do. Spread the love, tag a couple people. Happy Labor Day, those of you in U.S., and with that, I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side business. Signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.